Let's invite our first guest for this morning. Sanjay Dutt, Director, Quantum Securities, is with us. Sanjay, good morning. Thank you very much for
morning, Lata. Thank you.
This early appointment with us. The markets, I guess, today would be in a wait-and-watch mode. But what's your sense with the non-farm payroll numbers and the elections data? Do you think that the markets are poised to rise higher since we at least know what is the likely outcome on Sunday?
Before I start my discourse on the market and the verbose, let me just congratulate all of you for having done excellent work and it's your annual birthday today. My strands of white hair have grown along with the channel. I've been coming as a guest, I think, older than the channel. I remember the channel from the Kalkaji days where it wasn't probably CNBC TV 18, and each one of you were part of the team. Some of the seniors are still there, and of course Raghav is there. So I think it's stellar, pioneering business journalism that's been done by you all, and I commend you for that, and I hope many more years ahead.
Thank you very much, Sanjay, and it is because of educating comments from people like you that the channel is that much the richer. Thank you. Go ahead.
As they say, you know, wisdom and white hair, so that's why I said I brought my white hair into the picture. So, anyways, coming to the markets, I think yes, the US data is extremely important for the global markets. It's extremely important for liquidity and the Fed tapering and that debate which keeps popping up every week or 10 days or fortnight. I think more than domestic politics in the next 6 months, it's the global events and the rupee dollar equations that are going to drive the markets and the flows that are going to drive the markets. As far as the politics are concerned, market men have more or less built in a BJP-led formation in 2014. If there are some negative surprises, I think that's going to be a little rude for the market. As far as the current state election results are concerned, we saw the rally yesterday coming out of because of the post-election polls. And if there are no surprises on Monday, I don't see really much of a rally barring 50, 100 points, or once again testing that 6,300 plus minus level on Monday morning. But focus would definitely be on flows, international developments, what kind of allocations that kind of come in next year. That's where I think the entire movements would be.
Okay, Sanjay, you know, you made us so nostalgic, besides, despite your forward-looking comments, that we actually pulled out your picture 14 years ago. Even as you speak, oh wow, Sanjay Dutt. I guess your son looks like this now.
I don't know. Sanjay, I don't know if you can see this. You can't see this. Of course, you should go back and see it. Yeah, you should go back and see it. But I must say that, like wine, CNBC TV 18 and Sanjay Dutt both have gotten better with age, I hope.
Oh wow, wow.
Do email it to me.
Certainly.
We will definitely. Sanjay, good morning and thanks for being with us and cheering us up early this morning. You know, what could the prognosis be for 2014 in your mind? Because 2013 has been one of the narrowest years for the Indian equity markets. You know, although we've seen a lot of sector dispersion, overall the market has traded in a very thin band. Do you expect to see this kind of performance continue in 2014 as well, where there may not be too much of headline movement, but there will be a lot of sectoral churn?
Yeah, before I begin, let me just be very clear. I've been wrong on my analysis last 2-3 years, and of course, I've lost a whole lot of money. You know, I've got it wrong in the sense the timing, and I thought a turnaround was or should have happened at least about 12-14 months back. But I think the events, domestic as well as international, didn't really fall in place as I thought they would. Of course, with that disclaimer, let me just do a little bit of crystal ball gazing. I think 2014 is definitely going to be the beginning of a new, you know, I hate using that word, but beginning of a new bull market, or probably I would rephrase it by saying a very positive, constructive market, where there will be stock-specific opportunities, where there will be a lot of opportunities for people to invest in and make money. Of course, work would have to be done. As an index, we may not see the index giving you a 20% return or a 10% return or maybe a 15% return. But within the market, I think a lot of rotation will take place, as we're already seeing the beginning of that. And a good amount of excess gains would be made in some of the second-rung good quality stocks. So irrespective of the political formation that may come in, we are now in a turnaround phase in the economy. I think the triggers are going to be flows from overseas, radical changes in the banking sector in India, because I'm very optimistic on the new governor, and I think he's going to really bring a lot more positive and new modern thinking to the central banking system in the country. And of course, with the new government coming in, there would be action, because everyone realizes that politics has left behind all the regulators and the monetary system. So I'm fairly positive for the markets in 2014 calendar.
Okay, well said, Sanjay. Actually, yesterday Rajdeep was making the point that the BJP leadership in many states is pretty young compared to the Congress leadership. It's just a new churn. So, it could be all round a new generation. We don't know. I mean, we can't even call what government will be there. But clearly, it could be just another generation taking guard, and therefore, as Sanjay says, that could itself bring positives.
Sorry, Datta, I just make a quick point there on that. What's really made me feel very positive about the election outcome in the 5 states yesterday has been the turnout. So irrespective of whether BJP or Congress or whoever forms the government in 2013, I think what we are seeing is the beginning of a mature democracy where people are realizing that your vote counts and you need to go out and exercise it. That's one franchise you have, and you need to go and exercise it. And that's all thanks to the younger generation who's come in, the awareness that's happened in the last few years. And those are signs of a mature country, a mature, democracy. I think these are first signs of that. And if in 2014 we see a similar kind of turnout, I think that's going to be a big change in India, more than the fact whether it's BJP, Congress, or whoever forms the government, that people will start to exercise and, speak up for whatever they think is correct. And we're already seeing that across all sectors, whether it's the corporate sector, whether it's politics, whether it's within media or otherwise.
Well, it's a fair point.
Want to remain quiet.
Yeah.
That brings transparency in the system. That's where economies and countries mature.
And if we paid a little for those excesses in the last 2-3 years because of judicial activism or CAG activism or press activism, so be it. I guess that's a price well paid.
That's part of the process. That's part of the process.
Absolutely.
There would be extremes. There would be, odd events. But I think we are on the right track. Yeah. 10 years later, we realize that this was the inflection point. Yeah.
Sanjay, just to get back to markets, since